So look, y'all, just wanted to kind of give you a quick little show. It did get installed, bike does fit, everything works fine. And
what's going on? So, I just saw in the intro a little clip. I did get the bin out of the drawer, bed slide, whatever you want to call it. Did get it installed the other day. Bike fits on it. I may have to try and tweak the positioning of the bike and the front wheel on it. You have to take the front wheel off the bike for it to fit on there, but I knew that going into it. Got it all put in. We'll say this though, it was pouring down rain when I put it on there, or not really pouring, but it was raining pretty good. But I mean it's all composite / metal construction, so that didn't matter too much really at all. But it did make it to where when you were trying the fasteners and whatnot and try and get everything lined up, it was kind of a little bit of a challenge, but did manage to figure out a way to took some of the little blocks that put it together, brought them in the garage, and pre-threaded the screws into them, and then backed them out to kind of make sure that the threads were as chaste as I could get them, and that seemed to work. And of course the socket, not the sockets, but the Allen key. Probably the one time that the ball end ones are absolutely worthless is that you can't really just you almost need like an extra hand, because it was when I was trying to like put a little bit of pressure to kind of get it started into those plastic blocks. It was a little bit of a challenge, but once I was able to hold the bolt, hold the piece that I was trying to, the little rails that go around it, and the Allen key and everything. Once I figured out how to hold everything, it was great. It went together pretty quickly. And then followed a tip I found online that someone had said put a 2x4 or something. I had a 2x6, I think. Put that at the front bed slide up against that, so that way, whenever you're attempting to, get it centered in the bed, you're not really fighting, multiple axes. You can just kind of scoot it over and then push it up against the front, and that space is there. So that worked well. I will say, at first I was in those little bins at the back. I'm not sure how clear they came out on the video, but I ended up, great idea to get them, and may end up getting another bin later on. I'm not certain. Just to have a place to put items like tie downs and straps and stuff like that. Recovery straps, stuff that I'm keep in the truck right now. But if I put that bin on there, I can free up that little bit of room. But and it's nice. This truck has the lights for the bed, so even with the bed cover closed, I can turn those lights on and easily see what I'm doing. It is kind of nice to know that if I go somewhere and I see a trail or something somewhere, the bike's already ready to go. I've got a pair of cycling shorts in the back seat of the truck, and all I'd have to do, actually have my cycling shoes in here right now.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Oh, okay, thank you. Not that really matters, because you can't really go too quickly on this bridge anyway, because there's a lot of traffic right now. And I think what they mean by speed trap is just, police car in the little crossovers areas. It is what it is. But I'm shooting speed limit 65, and I'm not even doing that. So, yep. But yeah. ended up, when I ordered those bins, it was kind of because it was one of those things that I wish they would include in the instructions for the bed slide itself, would be to include stuff for like accessories that you may purchase, because say those bins didn't come in when they did, and they would have come in a little bit later, I could have done like what I did before I even put it in the bed, put the side rail pieces on there I needed, and I cut them shorter ahead of time. And I think that would be helpful, especially if there's pieces like that. It's like, hey, if you're going to run these bins, keep in mind that before you put these rails on, you should cut them. If it's this model, just the generic stuff. And I do kind of wish that, not that this is a huge deal, but it uses rib nuts, and you put them in if you're familiar with the bed of a pickup truck, you have those little ribs, and you put it on the high section of the rib, and then the only problem with that is, say you end up, you need to put something in the bed where that bed slide's going to get in the way or whatever. Now you kind of have that 1/8 inch of the rib nut that sticks up, and so I think it'd have been nicer and a little bit better thought out to have it to where you get a spacer or something, and then you can drop those rib nuts down in the lower sections. I understand why they put them on the high section. That way, you can pull it tight without, get them bolts tightened down real good without actually pulling up on the, bed floor. So I understand why they do it, but a little bit better for, if you ever have to take that bed slide out to use the bed for other purposes. I didn't realize I was almost off this bridge. I don't go across this bridge all that often, so it's kind of one of those, like some people when they go on a bridge frequently, you kind of know, okay, where this little sign is or this thing is. You have those landmarks and have those figured out. And I know I mentioned, a few videos back, or maybe a couple videos back, whichever. I got into the Oculus thing, and still been playing on there. Just kind of been busy with a lot of stuff, so I haven't really had the time as much as I had. But been playing on that a little bit. Recently downloaded TikTok and kind of looking at videos on there, and it is kind of cool when you find someone on there that's got a live video going or something, and it turns out like it's for a company or something, they're local to you. The guy who's making soft plastic fishing baits. So that was pretty cool watching that video, and I was like, oh man, you're right by me. This is it's one of those things like the internet. You don't say, oh, this is exactly where I live, but it's like hey, this is where I'm at, the general region, I guess. And so it's kind of cool because I ended up chatting in there, and the guy, I find the videos where you have 100 to 200 people or even less, you end up getting much better engagement with the content creator. I mean, obviously it's if they're don't just have the camera set up doing whatever they're doing and just kind of but if they're doing something and looking at the screen, your comment's actually on the screen for long enough that they can see it. And, oh yeah, this, that, and the other, and so there's been a few times where it's been kind of cool where it's like, I do find though quite a few times on there that, some of the hosts can be kind of, I guess sensitive would be the right word. I don't know. But it's like, if someone asks something, and instead of just, ignoring it, and I get it, like they have a lot of people I've seen that have like, chronic health. It gets frustrating, especially if you stream, 2 or 3 times a day, and 2 or 3 times a day you have people in there saying, why do you have to do all this? What's wrong? What's going on? Or if you're an adult and like you're tired or something, and it's like, hey man, you should get ready. You should go to bed. You look tired. Go to bed. It's like, I can look tired now. There's also been some times when it's like on there, and it's like, like some of the ones where it's just, you've probably seen them. And I will say one of my biggest complaints is on there, it's like whenever you hit that you're not interested in something, it's like it still shows up. It's almost like hitting you're not interested doesn't really affect anything. And the water's moving today. Shoot.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Thank you. I never remember how long this bridge is. I already have almost 20 miles. It's a long bridge. But yeah. I can at least see land again. I am. Yeah, and I signed up for I kind of conditionally signed up for it, but they got a cycling event at the end of this month. It is on a work day, so I may have to, may end up taking that day off. Depends on that week. If I've got, hours already from other stuff, and I can just kind of, make those hours somewhere or whatever. It's one of those you never do know. Like each shift can kind of present its own challenges to say, or hey, I got to get this done, and you end up sticking around to get it done. So you never know, but I guess that's one good thing. I get plenty of time, and to be honest with you, I haven't used anything really this year. I used it one day, and it's like one of those things I never know. Like, I don't know if y'all can feel like the bouncing. I guess this is road. I'm looking at the tail end of that Subaru, and their back end's kind of bouncing a little bit. I realize how bouncy it is. Like I said, I also don't travel this way much. I've gone bridge I'm on in the last 10 years. Just one of those I just never need to end up coming this way, you could say. But yeah. So, but I did sign up for that bike ride, and then kind of did it to give me a little bit of motivation on the bike and kind of get to doing some rides and stuff. Even though the ride itself, it's only like 3 miles or so, but where the starting point isn't far from the house. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing is, it's probably about a mile, maybe a mile and a half from the house, is I'll probably hop on the bike at the house and then just ride my bike over to the start of the bike ride, and then, like I said, I didn't say, it's like a 3 mile bike ride. And the funny thing is, the path, the route of the bike ride is, I say it's a bike ride, but it's like a bike run, walk thing. But the route is actually right by the house, so it's kind of entertaining that, right where I'm gonna be is the route that the messaging me. Apparently the person I'm going to see, apparently they're going to redirect me. I think I want to talk to my buddy. I told him that they had some construction or something in their area, and you got to go a different route or something. So we shall see. Anyway, me finish what I was saying. Yeah, so the route for the event actually goes right by where I'm actually at. So not at right now, but like where the house is. So it's kind of one of those like. Not sure if I was supposed to go this way. It didn't tell me to.
Toward Frontage Road.
Ay,
In a quarter mile, turn left toward North Causeway Boulevard. North Causeway approach.
Lovely. Either it said it and I just completely missed that it was saying to stay on wherever. Whatever.
Take the next left toward North Causeway Boulevard. North Causeway Boulevard.
See what happens when you don't go somewhere pretty much ever. I don't think I did this last time.
Continue for 9 miles.
Yeah, so when I go on the route, I may end up, depending, well, I think they have a little after thing or whatever, but could always kind of dip out of the route if I end up deciding that, hey, I'm not up to this ride, but I think by then a 3 mile ride will be, nothing. It's not a competition type of thing. It's just it's a